Welcome Raptors, this is Binarai. Here for an AMA on the 29th of September 2024. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Share the stream. How you doing, Tenacious D? Budweiser, how you doing, man? We've got Zed. Alvidas, how you doing? Fabrice. Hey, Jeff, good to see you, man. Make sure you're at our Discord, guys. The link is at the top right of the stream. That is discord.gg/Raptoreum. This is the official Raptoreum YouTube channel. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. This is the home of UTXO DeFi. The home of UTXO. Hey doing, Jay? Good to see you, bro. What's up, X-Ray? Glad to be back on the streams. Not sure I've recovered yet from Singapore. I'm still on a strange time. How you doing, Homer? Raptoreum. Yep. Just about another 5 minutes now, we'll get started with the AMA.
So give me your hand, hold you to the plan. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. Oh yeah, no more tears. Oh yeah, no more tears. Take that chance, we'll be fine. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. Oh yeah, no more tears. Oh yeah. till you turned me around. Used to think I was nothing, but look at this love we found. So give me your hand, take it to the ground. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. Oh, yeah, no more tears. Oh, yeah, no more tears. Take that chance, we'll be fine. No, I don't ever wanna see you cry. Oh, yeah, no more tears. Oh,
All right, guys, I think it's about time we got started with the AMA. Thank you all for joining us for this AMA. It's about time we had one. We've had a great time in Singapore, and we had, well, we've done so much stuff. It's been absolutely incredible, and we're glad to be back now at our desks, working on Raptoreum and making sure that assets is delivered properly. It was originally going to be just myself, but we have got the Baguette Nibbler here as well, who has kindly stepped in. David is currently off with, he's got a pregnant missus, and so he's having to deal with the kids and things that his missus would normally deal with. And Charlie's missus is away. So I say missus, just say wife. Charlie's wife's away. So he's looking after the kids at the moment, doing all the tea and the dinner, the dinner. So that's what Charlie's doing. So here we have the Baguette Nibbler. Can you hear me all right, Baguette?
Just perfectly, wonderfully.
Okay.
Hello, folks. It's been quite a time and I didn't come to the stream, so happy to be there as well. Happy that Paul nudged me today. So,
You didn't have to come on. I just thought you might want it.
yeah, it's a pleasure. I mean, it's been Sometime we didn't discuss with the I did not discuss with the community, so it's happy time for me.
Yep. Okay. Is the stream coming through to everyone okay? If someone could just let me know in the chat, that'd be great. Is it good?
Looks good.
Yeah, looks good. Seems fine, Falcon says. Okay. All right, awesome. So we sent out an anonymous form to the community. So you could send any old question in. And as usual, during our AMAs, doesn't matter what the question is, we will answer every single question in as much depth as we can, with no sort of time constraints or anything like that, because we don't do the CryptoSmith streams on an AMA stream. So the next stream that we will have will be a CryptoSmith stream, although next weekend I will be away. I'm taking my wife to Czechoslovakia, or whatever you want to call it, Czech Republic, just for the weekend. So it might not be the case I'll be back on the Sunday evening, but we'll see. Possibly. Just don't know when I'll be back in the country, like, you know. Yes, more travelling, tube and jar. I do like to travel. And if you can, then why not? You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to just get started with these questions that have come through. We haven't planned any answers or anything like that. We're just gonna see how we get on with it. I have no idea what has been sent, but we've got 28 questions that have come in. So I'll just get started with the first one. What would you consider a measure of how successful the adoption of Raptoreum has been since assets has been released, and what mechanisms do the project use to gauge this? I think a good way to initially gauge it, being that assets utilizes IPFS for files and things like that, is how many clusters we've got on IPFS, number of pins, sorry. So that's something to gauge. Another thing to gauge is how many assets have been created on the network, and another one would be how many asset transactions there's been. So yeah, that's how I would possibly gauge it. What would you say? Is that Spaghetti, you want to answer that?
No, because it's just makes sense. So I don't feel like I need to add anything. I mean,
I'll ask you for your answer on every question.
It's a quantitative way of gauging things, and a qualitative way at the same time. So it's the code are just being up. We are just starting pushing things around. So yeah, I just want to see it explode like anyone.
Okay. Next question is, what timescales and targets have the team set, if any, for project adoption? E.g., if the project is not adopted as hoped when you all call it a day and move on. Well, we've been doing this project since 2018. We had a testnet that was almost for 3 years, and we started the initial mainnet, which is a lot different to what we have now in code terms, but that was in February 2021. We're not time constrained. We're not like here with a time or a date and then we're going to move on. No one's going anywhere. We never have done. We've always stuck to our ground, and we're always constantly pushing forward on the project, be however fast or however slow it is, for the simple reason this is what we enjoy doing. So when you're doing something that you enjoy, it doesn't matter how there's no date set on anything, you know. It's something that's just, it just flows, you know. It's something that's just the team enjoys, like I say. Yeah, so we have no plans as such in calling it a day. And we've got a lot of work still to do with transaction decoupling and the vendor platform, business integrations, and contracting in Apache Spark with Java and Python and all that good stuff. And this is what we're here for, and why we designed the goalposts of the project in the way we did, because that's the way we see a good blockchain to be. But yeah, anything?
I mean, there is not a expiration date on our motivation. It's it's like on the two side of things, because all of the features need to be delivered, because that's something that we need to do and we just want to do. And the second thing is that when you're doing something thinking about the whole space, just make your motivation never end. It's like, as Paul say, as Binarai said, it's like when you're doing something you like, you're not going to just don't like it the day after that, because you don't have maybe the traction of the recognition that what the people from the community are expecting, but you're just pushing forward and doing it, because that's the only way you can do it. If you start looking at the left, looking at the right, looking at the back and at the front, you just don't move, and you just stay where you are, and yeah, you just move on to something else. But that's not happening here. What is happening is new code coming every day nearly, and being pushed through, then upgrade being done, new developer things. Like it's a non-flowing stream of what was expected and put on the roadmap. So I mean, I don't know why it would change, neither tomorrow, neither in a year, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Next question we have is, how does the team intend to keep evolving the project in future to adapt it to changing use cases against other blockchain projects? And is a new roadmap being worked on after Asset's release to see what's next on the horizon? In terms of the roadmap, we've intentionally kept it simple goalposts, because that's the bigger picture. Anything in between those goalposts is not exactly something that we should be putting on a roadmap, because things can change a lot in between the major goalposts, as we've seen in a lot of different cryptocurrency projects out there. I mean, if we have another major milestone that we decide to add into the roadmap, then we'll add it. But for now, the things that matter to us are what are on the roadmap. So transaction decoupling, vendor platform for onboarding, and also contracting in Apache Spark. But one thing to consider is, like, we're not like what was the first part of the question? Intend to keep evolving the project in future to adapt it to changing use cases against other blockchain projects. In that regard, I'll say that we're not directly competing with other blockchain projects in the regard of how we've coded the blockchain, because we are a lot different out there in our aspirations to what others are currently doing. I mean, the general gist of token chains out there are EVM based or Solana based, and there's nothing else really that comes close to what we're doing. I think the problem that we've got right now is we need a few more things in place, such as Talon Wallet, the underlying glue, the connectivity between the markets and the chain, and there's a few different hurdles to get over, like the initial, like one of you guys, like the first community member to create a token and then list it on an exchange, which you can do right now. That is something that's possible. I mean, you could You could list your token on ZegX, for example. You could list your token on CoinX. It's something that is possible. So those initial hurdles need to be overcome to inspire others to do so. People need to make a success out of something that they've utilized on the chain, and I know that there's a lot of community members out there that are building really cool things right now, and it's just a matter of time until those come to fruition. And Mancini, with the Talon wallet over there, he's got a demonstration next month of a working wallet with a public trial the following month. So that's something really exciting, and something that we would really see value in furthering what we're building. You want to add anything, Baguette, to that one?
Yeah, it's there's so many different chain right now, but most of them are based on the same way of doing things and the same mechanism. And I guess it's also why Raptoreum is doing it the way it is doing it right now. I mean, we've talked in Singapore with a lot of person, even VCs and incubators and stuff like that. I mean, we've heard shit ton of it, and it means they always didn't. This first question, oh, your EVM, oh, your blockchain, so your EVM. No. Let's start again. Let's start the conversation again so we can discuss. We are Bootstrap, we TXO based, we code entirely the Dash code base, so Bitcoin based. And then you can get the discussion rolling, and then they get that you're doing something different. You're not trying to be like the other. You're not trying to be like another layer 2 or whatever blockchain. You're just trying to doing things in a different way to doing the things right. And when you start a conversation like this, you just have to understand that implementing new things just to follow a trend and it's not the main things to do right now. Right now is to be a trailblazer, to do your own trade on the block. And it's what Raptoreum is doing. Maybe not as quick as some people would want, but that's not relevant when you're doing something new. You're just doing it the best way you can. So that's when you get the interesting part of a conversation, even with venture capital, because you will have 100 plus UVM chain, but you will only have one Raptoreum out there, and that's what we're doing right now.
Okay, thanks, Fabrice. Next question is, are there any developments with the game studio you were talking to a few months back regarding integrating Raptoreum into their projects? I mean, we were just literally, we showed them the testnet. They were impressed with that. Obviously, we've been very busy releasing assets. We've been to Singapore. We've been back, then readjusting and everything like that. So we need to now go. Well, I need to now go over to there and show them the working product on mainnet and help them register their master assets so then they can build underneath. Then it's up to them whenever they want to start building underneath that. So but yes, that is something that's going to happen, and it's just something that I need to go and sort out. Just need to get the time to do it, but it's something I will do, absolutely. Okay, next question is, after your visit to Singapore for Token 2049, how do you think the Raptoreum project was received by others you met, and based on any feedback you got, how do you think its credibility and use case potential stack up against other rival blockchain projects you're competing
I can
against
take
are.
this one.
Say again?
I can take this one because this is
Yeah.
basically what we were talking a little before. Those things I wouldn't even compare blockchain because I think there is no way we can compare with something that doesn't exist or competitors. We have like nothing is made the way Raptoreum is made as it is right now because the only thing about getting something out that cover other weakness on another blockchain. That's the case for layer 2 on Ethereum. Basically, they come here to cover weakness that the main layers has. I mean, if things were done like Raptoreum is being done right now, there wouldn't be any need for layer 2. That's just how it is. So how it was received, first it was surprise. People are not used to get someone get bootstrap how we're doing.
And also, David, he initially talked to them, and like some of them, he realised that they were working on EVM, and then he just literally put them straight in their place, and they're just like gobsmacked because they've built their own big projects over this, and David's there reeling off the exploits to them. They just don't know what to say to it. It's just it's funny to see, Funny to see, but carry on, Baguette. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's great because it's real. And so first things is surprise, then it's respect from the person that count in the industry. I mean, I wouldn't say any name here, but people that own a lot of stuff in the industry shown very great respect to Raptoreum teamwork, and it's amazing to see those kind of people showing respect to a project like us, which could be deemed as a little project, considering the net worth of those people and the power they have. Yeah. But it's how they treat it. I mean, there's those people which are pretty much the most important people in the space, which showing respect because they know the work that goes behind it, and because they are OJ or dinosaur, as you would say, in the space as well. So it's pretty interesting to see that, and all what we've been told is, guys, you're doing it the right way. You're doing it how it should be done. So it's considering competitors. I don't see any potential competitors as it is right now. The way it's being done, sure, potentially, as it is right now, assets are released on Solana, assets are released on EVM. Yeah, it's one thing, but it's not as decentralized as we are. It's not. The power is not back to the community, as it is in the case in Raptoreum, and we just work hand in hand with the community as well. I mean, there are a lot of persons in the community that contributed to Raptoreum as well, as being for translation or issue on the GitHub or whatever. I mean, it's how it's done. It's community project. It's built together. That's something that you wouldn't see in something like, I don't know, any of the layer 2 or a lot of other projects. So now Raptoreum is well seen, well received as well, and I guess it's just a matter of something that everyone can understand. When you get 50 million to develop your blockchain, or when you do it bootstrap, well, it's not the same kind of work, but at the same time, you don't have any string to any kind of investments. And I think it's, as it is right now, we are in the best position if we want to get a boost on what we do, meaning that we can enter easily a fund if we want. It's just a matter of if we want it or we don't want it. I mean, if the founders of Raptoreum want it or doesn't want it. So now people know our worth. They totally want to onboard, help, and make us great. Greater reach to marketing, greater reach to higher output developments. But is it a matter of does it matter to do it right now? Wait, or don't do it at all? It's just how we are trying to do things the best way so that we keep the original vision, original development that we've set up. So don't think about competitors, because as it is right now, I don't see any.
Awesome. Okay, the next question is, what was the worst thing about sharing a room with Baguette? He's snoring or he's farting? Well, I think...
Paul snore more than me, but seems to fart less.
I think as long as I'm asleep before he is asleep, then everything's fine, because if I snore, then I don't hear Baguette snoring. But the problem is if I'm asleep first and then Baguette's trying to get to sleep, he was waking me up going like you were doing that, trying to wake me up because you couldn't sleep, and you were like, sleep on your side, just sleep on your side, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, I might have snored a little bit, but anyway, the worst
a little bit, it's an understatement.
The worst thing are the farts, because the room that we were staying in, let's just say it was very cozy and small, and it had no ventilation. There's no windows that you could open or anything like that. So when someone farted in that room, it was lingering for a long time. I mean, you could smell it for a long time. Even just not the farts. If Fabrice went to use the toilet, it was lingering for a considerable amount of time. So yeah, the farts were the worst thing. Anything you want to add to that, Baguette?
No, nothing. About the side of the room, we were nearly cuddling every night because it was so. It's crazy, but it was clean. It was cool.
Yeah.
And it was in the best place in Singapore. So.
Well, you say the best place in Singapore. You were complaining before we got there, saying, what have you done and that. And yes, basically, we ordered the hotel right in the red light district of Singapore. It was just smack bang in the middle. You couldn't get any more centre than that where we were. So, but it turns out that we were in the best place, the best restaurants, the best places to have a drink or whatever. It was just awesome. Yeah. Okay. Next question that we've got is, you have recently suggested a move off Discord is a possibility for community engagement in the future. What platform would you like to see the community use and why? I suggested that as a joke because at the time it had just been the case that the Telegram founder had decided to start giving IP addresses and phone numbers to the authorities. And, we'd been using Telegram for running blockchain projects. Well, I had personally since, Telegram come out in 2014. So the last 10 years, basically. I mean, the Raptoreum project is run on Telegram for the simple reason that it's fully encrypted, and it's been reliable for a long time. But it was I was just joking to say that we should move the community off Discord, because Discord has never been an encrypted area to converse with your friends and things like that. It's always giving information over to authorities. It always has done. So yeah, so we were a little bit disappointed with the Telegram that that they started doing that. There are other options out there, but you know what? We're not like dodgy or anything. We don't do anything illegal on Telegram, so I think we're all right for now. Yeah, I mean, Telegram has its bots and things like that, but it's really good for running a project.
Totally.
Okay, the next question is, if Kamala Harris wins the election for USA president, do you expect Raptoreum and crypto in general to suffer as a result with tougher regulation expected, as she has indicated previously? And how would this influence your development moving forwards? Would it deter you anyway? I'll put it this way, we've had Biden, we've still got Biden now, and he's been rubbish for crypto, I think. We've carried on with development. When we started development, we had Trump in office. I will say Trump was good for the cryptocurrency markets. Well, not even just the cryptocurrency markets. It was good for the money markets, the stock markets in general. He did a lot of good things. People don't like him in certain ways, but I think he's definitely good for financial markets. So I'm hoping Trump gets in. I don't particularly like the guy. I think he says some really stupid things sometimes, but he's good in other ways. I don't think Kamala Harris is going to be any different really than Biden. She's tried to say that she's all like, oh yes, we'll definitely consider these digital assets for, you know, for a better future to compete with the rest of the world. She's only saying that because Trump was saying it. So she's copied a lot of what he was saying to try and win a few voters over.
But there's a way for development we push through at the same time, you know. It's
yeah.
Raptoreum won't slow because it's one or the other. I mean, there is a preferable one for markets, but the development won't stop, whatever the case it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can't stop us. There's no way they can. We're a decentralized project. We're all over the world. We don't have any borders. Everything just carries on. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now assets have been released. What are the most important and immediate goals for Raptoreum coming in 2025? And if you had a list of the top key performance metrics, what would they be? In 2025, you know, we're going to see transaction decoupling for the scalability option of the network that we've been working on. The development's already started on that, which is pretty cool. So then that would take us to a point where we are in, you know, competition with some of the top token chains out there that are EVM based or even Rust based as well in terms of scalability. And then obviously we have started a lot of work with onboarding businesses through securing their master assets, and then sort of lighting a fire underneath that and encouraging them and showing them the way to start utilizing what we've been building in their operations. So that's something we are pushing forward as well. I know that David's got a lot of companies that are, you know, are ready, and also a few of them have started to you know, integrate, which is a cool thing. So yeah, and I would like to see some sort of example for the community in 2025 about what we could do with Apache Spark. So just an example of contracting, that'd be nice to see, or even some simple contracting. Tree, if you're listening, no pressure.
That was pressure. It wasn't no pressure.
Do you know what I would like to see? And this is not even in 2025. I think, and I've said it before, I think it'd be brilliant to have assets on Stacy. Tree in the team chat, Tree was saying next month, which, well, next month is not long away, so we'll give him till the end of the month. But yeah, once we get assets on the Stacy wallet, and people are throwing around in the chat all sorts of complete trash, and you know, I'm saying trash because most of it's going to be trash. They're going to be
99.99%.
I mean, if I can send Baguette a fart or a snore, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to send him 1,000 of each one every day because I can. So that's going to be fun to do in the chat. And then put a little message next to your asset that you've sent. And it'd be good to be able to list your assets in your Stacy wallet and all that sort of stuff. It's just, it opens up so much more. So much more fun things for the community. And
you should list a bucket fart on Zegex, you know.
Yeah, Baguette fart on Zegex. What's the listing fee for Zegex? Or is it 2.5K or something? 5?
Well, it depends, but yeah, around that.
So yeah, who knows? We might list Baguette's fart on Zegex, and you know, it'll go to the fucking moon. Not financial advice. Do your own research. But these things are possible. They are possible right now. We could do that. Yeah. Second part of that question is, and if you had a list of the top 3 performance metrics, what would they be? I think again it's the same as the whole. We could use the assets performance metrics, how many there are, how many pins there are on the cluster. Another one would be TPS, because if we got transaction decoupling in place, then TPS would be an obvious one. And then another one would be how many businesses registered through the vendor platform. That would be another one. In your last AMA, you indicated you fixed broken tech in your day job. What is the most difficult thing you've had to repair? I think, I mean, I repair all sorts of things every day. People literally knock the door, bring them to the house. Can you fix this, please? Pretty much anything electronic, motherboards, TVs, monitors, laptops, PCs, tablets, anything that you can plug in. I've even fixed drones. I've fixed boat electronics, car electronics, anything like that. But I think the most difficult thing are possibly if there are issues with iPhone motherboards. So they tend to be more tightly constructed than the Android counterparts. So when if you're doing if they've got a chip issue on the motherboard, you'd have to remove the chip under the microscope without damaging the rest of the motherboard. And a thing with iPhone motherboards as well, they usually come in, especially the new ones, they now come in 3 layers. So when you're focusing heat onto one part of the motherboard, you've got the risk of warping the silicon. And when you warp the silicon, you've just literally screwed someone's phone or whatever, you know. So you don't want to do that. But also, once you remove the chip, reballing is a fine art. So, you know, with the stencils, putting all that back on, and then reflowing the chips back to the motherboard. I think anything like that is high risk and very difficult to do for most technicians that work on electronics. Another one is trace repair on an iPhone motherboard. That's fairly difficult, but it's not as difficult as chip repair, for the simple reason when you are doing trace repair, you're literally focusing the heat on a single pad and then moving to the next one quickly. So there's no warping of the motherboard. Whereas with a chip repair, it's a fine art, because the board has to be preheated perfectly, has to be maintained, and your flow of the chip has to be concentrated in a perfect place in order to not damage anything else. And there's so many fine components on the motherboard surrounding the chips. It's literally, if you're a hair's length to the left or the right, the whole thing is damaged. So yeah, I would say reballing, and reballing iPhone motherboards. Android ones are a lot more easier. I mean, I used to find it really difficult reballing APUs and things like that on consoles and graphics cards. But once I started fixing iPhone motherboards, those sort of tasks were a lot more easier, because fixing smaller things gave me more of a steady hand. I hope that answers your question. Okay. Apart from fishing, what do you do to relax and de-stress? I use my VR headset. I got a Quest 3. I go on that every day. I love VR. Ever since VR first came out, I've had every single headset, even the trial ones. I mean, even as a kid, as well, on the Amiga, there was some, really janky test headsets, and I've always been into that sort of thing. So when consumer VR first came out, it was just, I immediately stopped playing flat games. Let's put it that way, and I don't play flat games anymore. I just play VR games. And it's not just VR games. I mean, watching films in VR, 3D films in VR is epic. You can literally wrap the film around you and you're almost in it. So it's just fantastic. And that's what I enjoy. I also enjoy tinkering with motorbikes. I've got a lot of motorbikes, and I'm building a few different ones at the moment. And I also bought one not too long ago, so I like to, mess about with that. And the other thing I like to do is I like to grow fruit and vegetables. Sounds stupid, but I like to grow my own, eat my own fruit and vegetables. There's just it's it's a rewarding thing to do. So yeah, probably boring stuff really, but that's it. What do you like to do, Fabrice?
Mm. Well, motorbike, you know it as well. So that's something I can relax. You know that I have a Quest 3 as well,
You got a
which
Quest
is
3?
just that. Yeah, I told you already long ago.
Oh yeah, do you know what? I forgot you even had that. Do you go on it? I go on mine every day.
Which one?
I go on my Quest 3 every day, except when I'm in Singapore.
I go on it every day. But basically, now I'm just, I don't do a lot of things beside archery and Beat Saber, classic stuff,
Yeah.
I like my Beat Saber. It's fun. Just the expert mode is the one I'm stuck for right now. I cannot go forward after the expert mode,
Yeah.
There is still one more mode, but it's not possible. It's getting me crazy. I just cannot. But yeah, it's good. Too quick for my mind. You have to know the things by, I think.
Yeah, it is
it.
pretty bonkers.
But I also do guitar. And you also do guitar. You didn't
Yeah.
talk about guitar.
Yeah, I do guitar as well. I don't play it as much as I used to, but I do guitar, and I do like songs for people. So, if someone sends me a request on Fiverr to make a song, I'll ask them to, give me a couple of sentences and I'll make a song up about it. And people have seen in the chat as well. I've done a few few rap songs with Viral and also Crypto Mexa, and I've done a couple myself. So yeah, guitar and music production, I suppose.
And now I live in Spain, so I like fiesta as well.
What, you like to
With my
sleep?
kids. Oh, fiesta. No
Oh
siesta.
yeah, siesta. Sorry.
Fiesta
Yeah,
is sleeping. Fiesta
yeah,
is
yeah.
partying with my kids. Instead, yeah, all this weekend was a feria, so means big party of one of the village around there. Just go with the kids, enjoy time outside, drink a couple of beer, and it's like on the go food there, and it's perfect. There's some of the things that help you relax as well.
Yeah. Okay, next one is: are all your spouses/partners supportive of your involvement in this project, or do they think you're better pursuing other opportunities and means of wealth generation? My wife supports absolutely everything that I do. I think what you've got to understand is I've been doing this since 2012, and before that, I was in Forex and I was pretty much in the same position. So I've always done this sort of thing, and this is what has paid for my house, has paid for the life that me and my wife have got, and so she can't. There's no reason for her not to be supportive of what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what project I'm actually working on. She's supportive of everything, and if she wasn't, she wouldn't have let me go to Singapore or any of the other places. And don't forget, I'm taking it to the Czech Republic next week. so,
That's
so
that's the sorry gift. It's
yeah,
the gift that you give when you're sorry. Sorry, I left for 1 week and leave you with the kids.
but
I didn't do that.
what I will say again is, in crypto, if you're not in it for the long game, you won't survive. And when I first started in crypto, that is something I had to learn very quickly. And the wife knows that as well. I mean, back in 2017, my team run the biggest ICO in the world at the time, and we did very well from it. So ever since then, there's no questions asked. This is something that the wife knows is something to work hard at, no matter how long it takes, or and also there's no pressure on me either to bring any money into my family or anything like that, because I've already done it. So I'm not stressed about performance or price or anything. I'm just here because I enjoy what I do, and I enjoy working on Raptoreum. It's that's just it. What about you, Baguette? Does your wife say anything?
No, she's supportive. Sometimes she would like me to work less in general. I'm just not talking about Raptoreum, but in general.
Yeah.
But thanks to what I do, we could move to Spain, go to the place we like, and basically she could reduce our work, get a little more time with the kids and stuff like that, because she wanted to and that's just because I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's, let's say, about Raptoreum or any other things that you're doing. Basically, what the space gave you. I mean, you've made it, so it's not another discussion. But even for someone that still need an income every month, I mean, everyone needs, but in my case, supportive of the whole family. I mean, it's just about how hard you want to do it. If you just want something very hard, and if you're resilient, it's going to happen. I mean, eventually, just have to strive for it. Strive every day, for years if needed, 10 years if it's needed. No issue, no worries. Just keep doing it.
I think a lot of the issues in the space right now is people are traders, right? Whereas we're not traders, we're builders, and with a trading mindset, people expect results the next day, and that is not, that's not a feasible way of thinking. If you think like that, and you put your money on the line based on that way of thinking, you should expect to fail. It's as simple as that. It's you're putting your money on the line based on a gamble. There's no way of doing it. Build and hodl are the best ways to do it. And as Baguette says, we're in it for the long game, and that's what we have learned is the best way to be. So we're not stressed about anything. We're not pushy on getting things done by tomorrow. We are in it for the long game because we know that the road we're on is the one that is correct, and it's the one that's not a gamble because we're doing things that we're sure about, if you know what I mean.
Totally. So don't worry about our wives and our spouse and our companion or partners, or any way you can call it. I mean, yeah, they're supportive. Yeah, sometimes maybe they can complain because we are doing too much. But that's just how it is, and that's just all the passion is. I mean, when you do something that is a passion to you, that you like to do, for God's sake, yeah, sure, you can forget time, It's just how it is.
I mean, to be fair though, Fabrice, I mean, we work from home. So it's not as if we have to go out to work as well. We're already working when we're home. We wake up, we're working. We go to sleep, we're working. Whatever. The only time we're not working is when we're asleep. So the wives can't really complain because we're not going anywhere. It's not as if they don't see us. You know what I mean? Have you got a man cave at your new house?
No.
What are you
I
doing,
need
man?
to get one. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, the next things I'm going to get is a garage first, because I've been looking for some days at a little Indian dark horse chief,
Yeah.
and I've been looking at it with a lot of intention, and I've been very looking at it, and tomorrow I'm going to try it. So, and I don't have any garage to put it, but I don't care. I will still buy it. But yeah, it's first thing is getting a garage, and then I will set up when I'm buying my house in Spain soon, I guess, around beginning next year when we start visiting. And yeah, I will get up something with a garage, and partly in the garage, I may do my man cave,
Yep.
at the same time. But first, I need something to cover the new bike, which is coming. It's pretty soon at home,
Okay, next question is, are you planning to bring Tether into the network? I mean, yes.
Yeah, totally.
If Tether want to come on the network, they're literally the most popular asset to be paired with your asset across the world. Of course. Although we are also in talks with another decentralized stablecoin provider as well. And I think one of the main driving factors of integration is having the DeFi side fully circulated. And when I say that, I mean an ecosystem that goes round and round. So, you know, you've got these other token projects out there with liquidity pools and things like that. And when there's a market for it, that's when the stable coins will be there. And yeah, I mean, absolutely. So yeah, we are talking to stable coins, including one that's a decentralized one as well, which is one-to-one backed. Yeah. Okay, so next one is, how is your continuing partnership with Microsoft working out in helping Raptoreum achieve its aims for the future? I mean, it's helping us out with AI integrations, helping us out with business locations, especially when we're talking to people interested in working with us. It's helping us out with deployment of our sort of team systems in the background as well. Yeah, there's so many different things on that Microsoft offer us. Some of them that we are using now, some of them that we haven't been able to use yet until we get to a different stage of a project. But yeah, you know, we've got a decent support from Microsoft, and we're in a position as well. For example, like on some of the things that they offer us, once we use up the credits that they give us, we can request more and they'll give them to us because we're at the level we're at with them. Okay, so based on your visit to Token 2049 and your discussions there, how do you gauge Raptoreum's standing within the crypto space compared with your competitors, and what do you need to improve to make Raptoreum stand out? I think we've said before, we're not compared to that. I suppose you could compare us in the stance of, oh yes, you've got assets and you haven't, or whatever. That's a way to compare, I suppose. But yeah, we're in a strong position right now to move partnerships forward with, I would say, several top industry players in terms of, you know, RWA storage and also transport, as well as traceability and things like that. I think a lot of the differences to some of the established chains out there are literally they have taken millions of dollars, be it either from a community raise or from VC. Now, a community raise, you know, if you took 20 million, it's got its own issues with that, because everything has to be gone through like a fine tooth comb. And then with VCs, if you're in a position to have a VC, a lot of them require a huge percentage of the coin. So be it a pre-mine, be it a set of tokens, like for token projects. So there's a lot of bending over backwards and slapping your ass if you've been doing that with a VC. And we are clear of all of that. We've got none of that. And we're in a position now where we've got to a major point in our chain that others haven't even arrived at, and they've taken VC money and community money, or or both, you know. We're at that point where we've done it ourselves and we haven't done none of that. And that's power. That is powerful, especially in the space right now. And this is why, after Token 2049, we've got so many contacts that we're talking to, because they know the position we're in. They know the hard work that we've put in. They understand the angle that we've taken, and they see opportunity in what we've done at this stage. And because we're at this stage now, we don't have to bend over backwards for things. We could continue building as we are, with you know, little funding. It would take quite a while, or we can take a little tiny bit and do a lot, because we've already done most of the hard work. So yeah, I think it's a powerful position we're in, and
Yeah, but I mean, it's also in the way that the revenue and the company was created, you know. So it's all very intelligent. It doesn't give any power over the networks. So it's not even a big deal to now in the future, if now that we are proven that we are working project, that all which is already done, with the funding being on funding from the co-founder of the project. So, and it's basically what they say. It's okay, guys, you did it right.
Yeah.
No one has any leverage over you, and even if someone tomorrow enter at an equity on the company or whatever, what's the leverage beside us choosing who is entering? You know.
Yep, that's the difference.
It's totally different. It's totally different. It's nothing like a project which is desperately searching for someone to raise money. It's you know, it's totally different way of thinking, because if they take you at the beginning, what happens is that nearly 50% of your capital will end up as equity, you know, just to get your project running. I mean, those guys take millions, yeah, sure. They take millions, they land the project, but they lost 40% of their company.
Yeah.
I mean, so 40% of all the revenue is not for them. It's completely stupid. And the other way around is when the project is launched, when everything is running, when most of the specificities has been delivered, that you've shown that you can bring quality code and you have a vision, then you can enter someone that fits your vision, and beside giving 40% of your company when she has very little valuation, you're better giving 10% of your company when she has a better valuation, you know? And that's what Raptoreum can do, but this is not because Raptoreum can do it that the founders are going to do it. It's just a possibility, you know?
Okay. Thanks, Fabrice. Next question is, I know it's soon after Asset's release, but roughly how many assets have been created since its release, and does this give you optimism in the viability of the project moving forward? I believe there's like 300 or 400 master assets that's been created at the moment. I don't think we've got anything set up yet to see how many sub assets that there are, but I know that we've got a tool to so you can see what master assets have been created. You know, in terms of optimism, we don't need it. We already know that the project is being used by, you know, utilized by builders and businesses already. It's just a matter of time, you know. So yeah, there's no.
Yeah, but I mean, there was someone always a project already interesting on building on us. You know, it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing to see a project already happy to build on the Raptoreum chain. You know, I think it's amazing. You know, we are powerful. We are very powerful. It's just a matter of time to deliver stuff that we need to deliver, that we are very powerful. And that has been confirmed in Singapore. And that you can be sure about it.
Absolutely. Did everything during and after assets release go according to plan, or were there any teething problems that happened or still exist now? And what if so? I think the assets release itself was fine and hassle-free. We had an issue with Electromex, if I remember, and that caused a few issues, both on the Explorer and also on things like Zelcore as well, with a few other wallet providers. But the team quickly fixed it. We put an update out to say there was an issue with it. By the next day, it was fixed, and that was that. When you're bringing out something huge in terms of code, you're going to have a few teething problems, but considering how much we tested, there was hardly any. We just had that one, so I think it was a success. I think the only other teething problem is such a code thing. Is a lot of people expected, a lot of ploy. I can't even talk today. Price increases and things like that. They were all looking at the markets and everything like that, but I think it was just a bit of a strange time in terms of BTC moving sideways, and people quite disappointed with that. And BTC tends to pull alts up or down depending on what it's doing. When we released assets, altcoins were literally either on the downward or at least moving sideways. So I think sometimes when things are released, the wind needs to blow in. The wind needs to be blowing the right way in terms of a blockchain environment, and that there's many factors involved in that, including what's going on in the news, what's going on with Bitcoin, who's buying what sort of tech's going on in the space, what sort of aspirations and things that people are looking forward to in terms of a technical aspect. So there's all these things, and I think personally, I think the bull run's yet to happen. We haven't seen what a real bull run is yet. A lot of people are saying 2025. So, I mean, Boston's said it. A lot of community have said it. 2025 is going to be an awesome year, hopefully. Not financial advice. Do your own research. I don't know that for a fact or whatever. But we'll see.
All the disclaimer.
But it'll be a nice year to have, because we'll have a bit more of the circle of the ecosystem complete, and the more of that's complete, the more that people use the network, and the more that people realise that what we've built is a lot more secure and rug free than all these terrible asset chains out there that we are shitting on every week.
One thing that was funny though, when we just finished token 2049, is that one of the exchanges that were the main sponsor of token 2049 got hacked 40 million on EVM chain.
OKX.
No, it was BingX.
Oh, BingX, yeah, BingX. Sorry. Yeah, they got hacked 40 million. And
40 million.
And it was only their EVM, so it was BSC, and Ethereum based, So it just shows you, doesn't it? These smart contracts, exploitable, dodgy code. Why would you want to put your money on the line with something like that? People are losing money all the time, every day. People are getting rugged left, right, and centre. People are getting their wallets hijacked. Don't use it, guys. Use Raptoreum. That won't happen. Okay. The next question is on the Talon wallet development currently being undertaken. I see on the Discord that the current developer ceased working on the back end. That is Social Ruins. He's got a new job, so he hasn't got the time to carry on with it. And there's another developer that we've assigned into that just to take over, to take the reins. So Mancini's already said that this won't affect anything. We're still on time to. I say we. Obviously, I'm in the Talon team. This is separate to Raptoreum. But yes, we will release. We will release the Talon wallet preview and the first iteration to the community on time, as we've said. It doesn't affect anything. So yeah, we've got the new developer in. He's already started working on that. So yeah, exciting stuff. And yeah, can't wait to show you Talon wallet. It's incredible. It's epic. There's nothing more I can say about it. Forget MetaMask. It's all about the Talon wallet in your browser. I've got it in there right now. And it works.
Stop teasing us.
Yeah,
Your body, Paul.
I'll show you on the stream. The little icon that I've got at the top. I'll just bring it up slightly. Oh, you see that there, guys? A little icon there, look. Oh, yes, that's Talon wallet. Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. All right.
Stop teasing.
But yeah, it's good. Okay. Next question is: did you attend the Singaporean Grand Prix while you were there for Token 2049? No. No, we didn't. We weren't there for that.
No, we didn't.
We were there for Token 2049 and all the side events and things that were going on.
Yep, quite a few actually. But the best side event was just a meal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
At a restaurant. That was the most productive one.
Yeah. What's Tube and Jar saying? I'm too blind. I didn't see the Talon icon. Right, I'll show you again. Oh, look, if I click this, look what happens. Look what happens. Oh, 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 oh. Right, that's all you're getting. Actually, bit of dark mode. There you go. Oh. All right. Okay. I'm not spilling any more Talon wallet. No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Yo.
Okay. Next question. We've only got a few more left. Why do bridge transactions on Zelcore wallet seem to be problematic, and how are you looking to resolve this? Are you considering dropping RTM support for Zelcore in the future? A lot of this comes back to the Electrum-X issue that we talked about earlier. It also comes to Zelcore. I mean, they don't offer any input control like coin control in the core wallet, meaning if you have thousands of RTM from one RTM payouts, like as if you mine into it or something like that, then you'll probably not be able to send more than 500 to 600 at a time. Same as in the core wallet. If you can send it out, send it back in as one big transaction, that will help you out a lot. But you know, this has been going on for years now with Zelcore. What can I say? It's just something that happens based on the way that they've constructed the wallet. I don't particularly use Zelcore. I'm not saying it's a bad wallet or a good wallet or what. Use it if you like, don't use it if you don't. Do you use Zelcore, Baguette?
No, I use Stacy a lot.
Baguette does like Stacy. He's got most of his RTM on Stacy, as far as I understand.
Just because, you know, I'm lazy.
Yeah, he's lazy. Very lazy.
But I mean, 3 days, there was some work, so I like using Stacy, actually.
Yeah, well, you're going to be holding Barts in it soon when I send you some of those. Based on your talks at Token 2049, what exchanges did you talk to, and are any of these top tier exchanges which would raise the profile of Raptoreum moving forward? We're not spilling the beans on any exchanges that we've spoken to. We have spoken to exchanges, some of them about asset integrations, some of them about listing. We're not spilling the beans on any of that, because if we do, those things don't happen. That's the same with most of the top exchanges. So that's just the way that is. Are there any plans to add assets to the Stacy wallet on Discord? We've already mentioned that. Yes, eventually, hopefully next month, according to Tree Newen. Okay. What's that one? That's in French, I think. Again, can you read this? If I send you this, can you read it?
Sure. Do it.
You answer that one. I haven't got a clue what it says.
It's in Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Why there is no documentation translated to Spanish and website and on Raptoreum website? Only in English and French. Because I translated to French. It should be in Spanish too, no? Documentation on the website?
Is there no Spanish on there?
Muslim like. I remember doing all the French ones.
There was German, but it's different now, Baguette, because Charlie made a new site.
Yeah, I know.
And you've done that already on that new one?
The translation I made at the time was for the new site.
Okay. All right, well, you got to do Spanish as well. Or we get Alejandro to do it.
Yeah, better.
Yeah. All right.
Come on.
Okay, the next one is... I don't think this is even anything that matters. I'll ask it anyway. We go through them all. A California farmer owns a beautiful pear tree. You're listening, Fabrice. He supplies the fruit to a nearby grocery store. The store owner calls the farmer to see how much fruit is available for him to buy. The farmer knows the main trunk has 24 branches. Each branch has exactly 12 bows,
conundrum.
and each bow is exactly 6 twigs. Since each twig bears one piece of fruit, how many plums will the farmer be able to deliver? Well, he won't be able to deliver any plums because they're pear trees. Next question. Is there a way to see the assets that have already been created? Yes, actually. Charlie created something. Let me grab a link for you. And I'll send that into the... I'll send that into the chat on the YouTube and also in the Discord. Let me see if I find it. There we go. Okay, there we go. So that, if you use that tool, you can actually see what's been created, and you can also search. I think those might be just master assets on that one. He needs to add sub assets to it as well, but yeah, you can use that link. And if you don't see the asset on there, you can actually just search for it, because some of them are not populating on there straight away. So yeah, just use that link. Fairly easy to do. You can also use it to see the corresponding IPFS file that's linked to the asset, and it populates next to the field of whatever the asset is. So yeah, take a look at that. Okay.
I just saw something, Paul.
Yeah.
There is an asset name which is called Big Piggy We Fat.
Yeah, have you seen the image of that? I think Fostian made that. I think Fostian made it.
An amazing one.
Yeah.
Nice one, Fujin.
I think it was him. He's stupid enough to do it. All right, I'm just going to quickly scoot through the YouTube right now for the comments because we have finished all the AMA questions, by the way. Let me see if there's any questions on here for us. If there's any questions, guys, send them over to us. We'll answer them. But then I'll send Baguette to bed because I know he's very tired.
Yeah, I'm tired, but I'm okay.
I'm surprised you haven't fallen asleep.
Yeah, nearly. I'm resisting.
Okay.
Don't worry. For the community, always.
I think everything's good in the comments. Everyone seems pretty happy.
How many parts did Baguette blow? That's one of the comments.
Another one is, will Xeon break even soon? Probably not. If you don't know who Xeon is, he's a community member who always buys the top and sells the bottom.
It's yep.
Yeah.
That's main signatures.
M&A is saying, any estimates on when transaction decoupling? Don't know. It's in development. It's in development, and that's just that. Soon.
Boom.
I don't think it should take that long, really, but we never give dates. We never say when something's going to be done. We just do it. Okay. There's nothing on the YouTube. Everyone seems pretty happy. Let's have a look on the Discord. How many farts did Baguette blow? I mean, there was one particular night where he had an exceptional amount of farts. I was quite surprised how much was coming out of him. And the thing is with Baguette is when he's working on his laptop, he likes to work on his laptop on his stomach, face forward like that, and he's, on his front. And he sort of does this little dance thing with his legs and his arse. And when he does that, that's when you know a fart is going to appear. So I was ready to kick him one because he had the mindset at the time where he was aiming it at me. So yeah, I was ready to kick him. So there's not a fixed number on it, but yeah, it's pretty volatile.
It's
that was after all those dumplings that you were having.
Yeah, I mean it was more after all the fucking frogs with all the chili pepper in it, the one that I couldn't finish the chili in it, It was crazy. This one plate was, yeah. There was one which was crazy is when we get up, Paul and myself went to have a breakfast with David. That was working through the night and was sleepy at the morning. So just when Paul and myself choose another restaurant to get the breakfast, and Paul was wishing to go to this nice Chinese restaurant, and basically I took a beef noodle, but it was a little, basically the soup of the noodle was red from chilies, it was like layer of blood going there, the upper part, and I took the first bite, and that was the first thing that I had, and in the morning, so it was just fucking hot lava going through my body. But yeah, maybe that was the kind of. I mean, no one was trying to light to start a lighter in the room because that would be an explosion, bro.
Yeah, definitely. There was a question up here. People are asking where Sherm is on the streams. Sherm started a job at Dynex, and part of their thing is that he wasn't allowed to be on streams or do a lot of different work for other blockchain projects. So when Sherm started at Dynex, he couldn't be on the streams anymore. Which is fine if he doesn't want to do that anymore, and he wants to go and work at Dynex. That's up to him, and can't really say anything against it. It's just the way it is. Okay, we have come to the end of the AMA. I hope we've answered absolutely everything in as much depth as you would have liked. It's been really nice to be back here in the office, working on Raptoreum, and working on the next chapter in this blockchain. As we've said before, this is what we really enjoy, so we really don't mind coming to do streams every week. Charlie, as I've said, Charlie's currently away, looking after the kids and stuff like that. David's wife is currently heavily pregnant. She's due any day, so he's taking the reins with the kids and things like that. So David's probably going to be off the streams for a little bit, but you will see him during the daytimes on the Discord and things like that, working as normal. It's just the time we have our streams, he's not going to be on for a bit, so it might be me and Baguette. I was thinking of having Mancini on as well to talk about the Talon wallet and things like that. Also, we've got obviously the HNS Hunter working with me on the Raptor chain reaction and $1 billion ideas, and talking to a lot of companies about integrating master assets and other things like that. So we're doing as much as we can, and we're doing more than ever really. So yeah, it's nice to see a good turnout today on the stream. We've had a lot of viewers, which is really nice. The Twitter's looking good these days as well. That we started the engage bot in the chat. I know Fostian's been really helping out with that, and we are going to be rewarding people tomorrow. I was thinking of changing the stance for taking part in it to make it more of a competition. So currently it's divided an equal amount between all the people that participate. So we was thinking of doing a bit more top heavy to increase participation. Maybe if more people get involved, then we won't do it that way, because if there's more people involved, then there's less point in making it as much of a competition, because the competition is to get in the top 10. You know what I mean? So maybe just for a little bit, maybe for next week we might do it like that. In terms of everything else, I think we know what we need to be doing from a marketing standpoint. You may not have seen it or not, but we have done a lot of marketing over the last couple of weeks. I mean, I personally have spent quite a lot of money on various things, PR and things like that, various tools for the team. So, I've put in as much as I can. I'm not a millionaire. The project doesn't pay, so I've put in what I can afford to put in, and maybe one day we'll be able to put millions into that. So, but yeah, it's been awesome. Thank you guys for watching us. Baguette, have you got any final words?
Oh, nothing beside. It's an honor to work together with the team, and it was an honor to meet you guys in Singapore. and I guess we should all feel blessed to have a community as we have, following us, pushing us forward. So just stay as you are, guys, and stay with us because the ride is only beginning. So yeah, let's see how it goes on. Let's push forward because
Absolutely.
it's worth it. Totally worth it.
Yeah. We're not the same as any other project out there. We're doing things differently and we're doing things properly. And that's what matters to us. Okay, so this is the end of the stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow us at Raptoreum on X and on Instagram, and at Official Raptoreum on TikTok. We're also, well, this is the official Raptoreum YouTube stream. So give this stream a like as well. Click the little subscribe button. And if you want to help us out, you can become a member of the channel. There's 4 different levels, and that goes towards helping us with the marketing and other things for the project. So it all goes to a good thing. Is there anything else I need to say? No?
Don't think so.
No? Any last words, Baguette?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
Do you want to sing Let It
pretty
Go?
cool,
Do you
guys.
want to sing Let It Go for people before you go?
I wouldn't say it's a long way to the top, like a philosopher said. It's a long way to the top if you want to make a blockchain. It's not exactly the word, but it's a song as well.
Yeah, that's a song. It's not Frozen. Let It Go. I was disappointed because I know you can sing that so well, Fabrice. So
No.
well, so well.
No, I cannot do. Sorry, I'm pretty shy.
All right. Thanks, guys. Don't forget, I won't be here next week because I'm taking the lady to the Czech Republic. Well, maybe not. Depends when I get back off the plane. Thank you very much. Onwards
Good evening.
and upwards. Avant!
Bye bye.